But the recent spread of coronavirus, alarming content is also starting to appear online with sensational headlines and terrifying scenarios beamed right onto our screens.
And exposure of this kind of content can actually be harmful to our kids' well-being. So how do we combat what our children are seeing online, and what is the best way to speak openly about the situation without causing fear?
And digital literacy expert Dr. Joe Orlando joins us live from Sydney now. Hi, Joe. Good to see you as always. Now, many of us don't think twice about these news headlines. We're just absorbed by it. But how scary can they be for our kids to see?
Oh, incredibly. So if you think about it, we're in this 24-hour news cycle. So every time we're online, we're seeing breaking news and images and news reports and interviews and videos, with people having punch-ups over toilet paper. And we don't just see it once, we see it multiple times. So we become in this whirlwind of news. So children aren't necessarily right in the middle of this, but they're very aware of it. And then they see the important adults in their life having conversations on the phone and so forth around coronavirus. Now, they don't read the news reports and they don't really have the kind of life experience and literacy levels to really understand what's going on. So they kind of get a sense of it. And they don't necessarily ask you either what's going on. So for children, the main thing for them is that they have to protect themselves. That's part of being a child. So they worry that they're going to get hurt, and they worry that the people that they love and who protect them are going to get hurt. So when they're surrounded by this kind of fearful news, it can be extremely scary for them, much more so than it is for adults.
Yeah, because of course we can understand what isn't fake, because of course there has been a lot of fake news, and that only increases your stress and anxiety. Let's have a little listen first to our Prime Minister and what he had to say about it this morning.
There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of ridiculous stuff that's circulating on text messages and internets about lockdowns and all of this. Avoid all that nonsense that you're seeing on social media. There are a million experts, there seems. Information is what we need to make proper decisions on, and you need to make proper decisions on.
Joe, how do we decipher what's real and what's not?
Oh, it's such an important issue. When there's panic, there's a lot of misinformation online, and we can never actually measure how much. But I know personally, when I look at my own sort of social media feed online and what I'm reading online, I'm estimating that around 70% of the information that I'm seeing online is inaccurate, or it's just completely exaggerated. So it's really hard to decipher between what's exactly true and what's not. So the most important thing is to look at the source. So where did the information come from? Is it just someone's Facebook post? Well, don't really take that on board. Look for reputable news sites. It might be interviews by Scott Morrison or interviews by health authorities or authorities that you know. That's the most important thing at this point.
So, Joe, our kids see something online, they've got maybe anxiety, they're concerned. How does that chat go from adult to child? What's the best way for us to speak to them about these issues?
Yeah, and it's so important to talk to them about it, because as I said, they're not necessarily going to come to you and ask the facts. They just get this sense that there's something wrong, and they get really worried. So as I said, their most important thing is to protect themselves and to make sure that they're okay. So it's really important to kind of have a talk with them, or to have a talk every couple of days. And you might just take a picture that's online, so maybe people wearing face masks, and just explain the situation that, there's a flu that's, being passed around. It's really catchy. Some people are getting quite sick from it, and, what's happening, people are staying inside, and just help to calm them, help them to understand it in a way that is appropriate for their age. I think that kind of thing is really important. And then you might balance it out and show them some footage of, that footage we've seen in Italy of people singing from their verandas, that it's not all doom and gloom. People are making the most of it, and we just have to wait till the flu stops being catchy. That's a very childlike way of saying it, but it's something that they'll understand.
Try and give them that balanced view. Joe, if parents have questions about their child's safety online, you've got a program that can lend a hand?
Yeah, I do. So we know that technology, children using technology online causes a lot of stress in the home. And now that we're going to be home more so and using technology more so, I've got a program that I've developed from all my research with families that helps parents to know exactly how to handle this kind of situation, how to stop all the arguments and stress, how to handle their teenagers who are using social media in a way that's kind of destructive, what to do if your child is gaming too much online. So it helps parents to know how to get it right. So there's lots of case studies and podcasts and videos and so forth. So it's called Tech Clever. So go online and check it out. Hopefully it helps you.
Yeah, Joan, we're going to put all those details up on our website for our viewers to get some more information about Dr. Joanne Orlando. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Thanks, guys. Bye.